2019 Yamaha YZF-R3 Review. First introduced to Yamaha's Supersport lineup in 2015, the YZF-R3 returns for 2019 with suspension updates, and new bodywork with MotoGP styling. As a motorcycle meant to draw new riders into the family, the R3 delivers a welcoming and accessible ride in a slick, race-inspired package. The 2019 Yamaha YZF-R3 gets inverted KYB forks and a 20% firmer spring rate, while the KYB shock has all new settings. The aggressive rider will notice a more secure feeling at the front end when attacking canyon corners with the inverted forks, and the stiffer spring rate reduces diving under hard braking. Concurrently, settings for the KYB shock were adjusted to work with the changes up front, with increases to the spring rate, preload and rebound damping, and a modest reduction in compression damping. Suspension still favors real-world riding. Overall, the non-adjustable suspension, save spring preload, while a tad firmer, is still compliant enough for urban and suburban conditions. Switching from last year's bias ply rubber to Dunlop Sporty-Max GPR 300 radial tires contributes to a bit more absorption of the everyday road indignities. A redesigned front cowling gives a decided nod to Rossi and Vinales YZR M1. While the largest percentage of R3 buyers will use the motorcycle mostly for commuting and local jaunts, referencing the MotoGP machines with the aggressive air intake should appeal to just about anybody buying a supersport-styled motorcycle. Who doesn't like to think they're riding their quali laps instead of simply heading to work? Lower handlebars and reshaped tank allow a more aggressive riding position on the 2019 Yamaha YZF-R3. For those who want to eke the most out of the R3 at the track, the clip-on handlebars have been dropped almost an inch, while the fuel tank height has been lowered a similar distance, as well as widened about an inch. This enables the rider to tuck in lower and grip the tank securely with his knees. The stepped passenger pillion works as a secure berm for this committed posture. Enhanced aerodynamics send more wind over the rider's helmet, improving comfort and top speed. While you would have to be tucked tight on the track to benefit from the increased top-end speed, every little bit helps in the highly competitive lightweight sport bike class. Yamaha claims a reduced aerodynamic drag area of 7% from the redesigned front fairing and windscreen. Freeway commuters will notice much of the wind blast passes over them with the moderately forward-leaning riding position. Despite the sportier ergonomics and clip-ons, the 2019 Yamaha YZF-R3 is a comfortable, almost, upright ride. One doesn't have to assume a MOTO3 stance on the R3, scoot closer toward the tank and sit up straighter for a more relaxed ride and greater visibility around town. The chassis is compact enough that you can still reach the clip-ons and operate the controls. Compact, but not cramped, the R3 fits a reasonable range of potential riders. With a 30.7-inch seat height, the R3 will accommodate shorter inseams, while those with longer legs can push back in the roomy seat. Unlike other smaller motorcycles, the muffler is well placed and does not come into contact with the rider's heel even when riding on the balls of your feet. The friendly 321 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine is perfectly tuned for beginning riders. The same high-revving, fuel-injected DOHC motor returns for 2019 with its amenable personality and flat torque curve. Inexperienced throttle hands should not get spooked by the R3. It takes full-on throttle twisting to access the engine's sporty top-end power.